Yeah, it's like, oh my God, it's like cement. Hello? Can you hear me? No, no, this isn't working. Oh, now it is. Okay. I know. One more time. You can see it. It's like, now it's curved that way. Oh. Hi, I'm good. How are you doing? Is it okay? It is. You know, it's like every time you turn it, it goes a little too far in the other direction. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's fine. You think it's bad? I think it's maybe a little bit that way. But every time you do it, like, you know what I mean? It's like it's over. One more time. One more time. Sorry, one more time. I just kind of, yeah, it kind of goes, what happens is you start to move it and then it gets to a click and it takes it. I think that's good enough. So what's going on? Yeah, you got your trips coming up. Oh, okay. We're having trouble finding a place for next winter. They're not taking my cat. Like, yeah, they don't, like, it's hard enough to find places that'll take a dog, but they don't. The place that we went for years, rented the last last year and this year, they rented for 4 months for the whole winter, so they're not taking 1 month people like me. And then the place we were last year, it was just too small. We were on top of each other the whole time. A great view. I loved the building, but it was just too small. And everything was on Wi-Fi, and the Wi-Fi never works. So you'd be working on your computer, watching TV, and it'd go out for either 30 seconds or an hour. Yeah. And I told him about it, but you know, it was so annoying because you're trying to do work or you're trying to watch TV. So anyway, so we'll find a place. I think we're gonna have to change and not do like a high risk. Maybe get a house with the private pool, and we might like it better. You know, we won't have the view, you know, but like there's a couple places in Coconut Grove down by I didn't realize how much sometimes bring it like on balance. All of a sudden we're like really hard, and like jumping back to chaturanga. Like, what? Which I've always thought about it, thinking about it, and now it's like, so. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. But yeah, like that's true. And it's hard to accept as you get older. That's the process of accepting that too. She's like, oh, I mean, like, that's why it irritates me when like, they're realistic. And then one day you'll just do it. I'm like, well, no, not for some people. It doesn't work. It never will, and that's okay. Yeah, yeah. Natasha, you're doing yoga now after that? Good for you. Get rid of all the knots. But I was telling Ron I was busy. I have this event called Inclusive Impact Day once a year. So that's a year. So that's not, it's good. But it was a nice time. Did a very good panel, workshop, blah, blah, blah. And we've already decided next year, we always do it in spring, but next year we decided we're good on the theme changes on what's inclusive, and next year's going to be veterans focused. So we're going to do it on Veterans Day in November. So that is a good one. I don't know. Hi, Barry. Huh? I know. Usually we like November to figure out what the theme is. We'll figure it out. Do you get a haircut? Nice.
Haircut, I shave, it all goes together once a month.
Groom thyself.
I do it once in a while. Anything you want to do today? Okay. All right. Let's play around a little bit. Okay. All right. What was that? Someone else say something? Hip, anywhere in particular? So it'd be like quads or hip flexors involved inside the thighs, adductors, hip flexors, TFLIT band, glute, hamstring, right? That's all the hips. All right, we'll do some hip flexor stuff. Yeah, we can play with some hip flexor stuff and some back bend stuff. We play in there too. I heard some core, obliques goes with core. Yeah. Okay. Hmm? You know I love the shit. The more work, the more fun, right? For me, that's how I think of it. All right, let's do it. Take a nice seat. Close your eyes. Sit up tall. Listen, I just love the fact that I ask you all things and you respond, right? Like, relax. Like, it's working. And I tell you all the time, like, think of all the information that you know, useful and useless, right, in your life. Your body is something you should know a little bit about. I mean, we don't need to get into, some of these muscles you never hear of, but some of these main muscles and, the actions that they create, yeah, these are things we want to know about. Because yoga doesn't stop at the door, right? It continues into the yoga of life and the way that you move through your day. And you start to notice the more that you practice, the more the yoga just manifests in everything that you do. Sometimes like when I'm walking and I see like a piece of fuzz or something on the floor, like I do like forward fold to pick it up, right? Or I do like, if I was doing fitness, it'd be like a split squat or something. Like I make the most of my bend over. I don't just mindlessly bend over. Right? It always moves with me. And there's many different things that are pulling us out of alignment. And that happens heart, mind, and body, right? And we're talking a little more from the physical sense, but think about the phone and the computer. Think about life. Everything's in the front, right? We say we're very front body dominant. We need to turn on the back body. I talked about this yesterday. We got to get those glutes and those hamstrings to fire up. We got to get those spinal erectors and the muscles in the neck to start to engage. Muscles that are allowed to be deficient throughout the day. You can stretch your hip flexors all day long. And until you engage your hamstrings, it's not going to matter. That's why I'm pretty stingy with hamstring stretches with y'all. I don't do a lot of hamstring stretches because I just don't see that as I look around the room. What I see is hamstrings that need to be engaged a little bit and retension. Think of where your hamstrings are going to attach to your sit bones. So as your hamstrings are engaged, they're going to pull the sit bones down. What happens when the hip flexors are too tight? Do the sit bones go up or do they go down? They go up, right? So the hamstrings engaging are going to pull them down. Then you can bring your belly button to your spine and things start to neutralize through the pelvis. Here's where we get going. Take a couple of nice breaths. Tune into your breath. From listening to yourself breathe, to slowing down the beginning of the inhale and pushing more on the end of the exhale, and counting out the breath. So the inhale will be 2 or 3 seconds. Make the exhale the same 2 or 3 seconds. Find Ujjayi breath, where the air begins to rebound off the back of the throat. It's how we hold the breath close to us. As we feel the breath turn the movement, the next inhale, let the arms lift. Let the exhale bring the thumbs to touch, and then the pinkies, and the pointer fingers, and the ring fingers, and the middle fingers. Like the petals of the lotus closing. Now that breath goes to the space between our palms. And one time together to initiate our practice. Together, the sound of Om, all together. Deep breath in. Beautiful. As we softly bow our head to our heart. Our detailed hearts. Inhale, lift the head, open the eyes. Release the hands. All right, let's start out all 4 hands and knees. Hands are an inch or 2 in front of your shoulders, knees are an inch or 2 behind your hips. Low mountain. So if the pointer fingers are straight forward, right, or turned out a little bit, that's going to give us the integration in the shoulder. If our hands turn in this way, you can see the back of my shoulder peels away here. So I want to go this way. Now claw the floor. Start to hug the hands into the center. Just feel the energy come up the arms. Forearms hug in. Biceps squeeze. This muscle here is going to help support the elbow joint. So if you feel like you're hyperextending the elbow, micro bend, this is the muscle that's going to turn off, so squeeze it. Hug your shins into the midline. Or sweep your heels out. Hug your shins in, pull your heels to your butt. Go to your pelvic floor, pull that up. Pull your belly button in. Pull your shutters. Here's your shutters, right? Ribs want to blow open, the top of the abdominal wall here. We got to close those ribs. Now slide the back of the neck to the ceiling. Bring the chin to the chest just a little bit so your gaze is right across your fingertips. And now breathe. Yep, nice full breath. Feel the ribs expand open. Exhale, feel the belly draw in. Go again, inhale, feel the push down, feel the hug in. Feel the exhale, settle into the pose. One more breath. Organic expansion, right? Using the breath to peel ourselves apart. And then when you're ready, cat-cow. Inhale, arch the back, lift the sit bones, reach to the crown of the head. Exhale, round back. Look to your belly. Lengthen your sit bones towards like the backs of your knees. Your inhale, arch, and your exhale, round. Remember, we counted out the breath before, right? It was like 2 or 3 seconds. So for 2 or 3 seconds, right, arch your back. For 2 or 3 seconds, round into your back, and let the breath start creating that tempo for the movement. Engagement in the upper back on the inhale is where the heads of the arm bones root deep into the sockets. And then you feel the sit bones lift, right? Like to the back of the room where the ceiling and the wall meet. On that exhale, as we look to our belly, we peel the neck, the upper back. And as we go sit bones to the backs of the knees, we peel into that lumbar spine, that low back. One more. And then come to a neutral position, so find that flat back. Take the knees back a few inches. Come to puppy dog. Puppy dog, hips stacked up on top of the knees, arms are overhead. Excuse me. Now hug the hands in again, start to energize. Lift the forearms up away from the mat. Lift the inner biceps up away from the mat. Slide your forehead off the mat. So now you're feeling the back of the neck engaged, cervical spine. You're feeling thoracic spine, that middle upper back, especially between your shoulder blades. You're feeling some work there. We want that. The peel, as you keep the arms lifting up, as you keep the back of the neck towards the ceiling, soften the chest towards the mat a little bit. There's the peel up the arms through the side bodies, from hips to armpit. Through the arms there, you feel all that. And then look forward, TP the fingers on the right hand, thread the left hand underneath, take the twist. Palm up. Now twist her above the waist, so we don't want that left hip to drop on us. So we want to push down into our left knee. We want to pull that energy up into that hip, and we want to hold it there. Sit bones are reaching back like where the ceiling and the wall meet behind the room, in the back of the room. Reach the crown of your head forward to the front of the room where the floor and the wall meet, like we're peeling out of our waist. And now twist open even a little bit deeper. Inhale, come back to center. Nice, y'all soften down the middle. When you're ready, TP the fingers on the left hand. Thread the right hand underneath with the palm up. This time we're going to push down into that right knee. We're going to pull the energy up into the hip. We're going to breathe forward to lengthen the spine. And we're going to twist under. If you take your left elbow to the sky, you'll make a little more space to then be able to twist. You could even maybe look up towards the ceiling a little bit. One more breath. Inhale, come back to center. Soften down the middle. Next inhale, come up, all fours, hands and knees. Now we're going to put the hip into it, right? We're going to start to get extension. This is extension. Here, right? Here, this is hyperextension. Too far. See, the pelvis goes forward. So we want to just start to work these muscles a little bit. So we're going to work tiger pose. So on the inhale, you're going to take your heel to the sky with the knee bent like you're holding the ceiling up. Exhale, you're going to bring the knee to the chin or the chest like you're looking towards your knee. Inhale, take the heel to the sky. Exhale, bring it towards your chin or your chest. Let's do 7 on the right. We'll do 7 on the left. Now, keep sweeping the inner heel out. This is going to try to happen on you. So you want to sweep this way. Inner heel out. Let your knee just scrape the mat as it carries through. So we don't peel away from the inside of that left hip. That's creating the stability. Then after your 7, you're going to lower that right knee down, take a breath, and then we're going to work our side 2. Remember, it's like you're holding the ceiling up with your heel. The heel's the magic here. Heels tend to fire up into glute. Ball of your foot to quads. So we want to chill out the quads, and we want to really, the hip flexor and the quad is rectus femoris. It's this middle one. It turns into your patellar tendon, behind your kneecap, but it does this as well, right? It also does this. So this sucker works all day, right? Full on. After your 7, lower that left knee down. We'll meet back in that low mountain. In low mountain, all right, look how solid this is. Look how this is filled in. What do you think wants to happen? Belly button wants to fall to the floor, right? We got to pull our belly buttons in. So we start to fill this in, this lumbar spine. Now keep breathing. Yep, when you're ready, right arm up, left leg back, spinal balance. So play with the core a little bit. Here's that action. You want this, not this. 2 different actions. Exhale, lower, left arm up, kick the right leg back like you're kicking the wall down. Your toes should only be about 4 or 6 inches off the floor. That'll keep extension and not those low spinal erectors firing. Exhale, lower, right arm up, left leg back. Spread the fingers, the thumb points up, spread the toes, they point down. Exhale, lower, left arm up, right leg back. Reach forward out of the fingertips, forward out of the crown of the head, back out of that heel. Exhale, lower, put it with your breath. Inhale, right arm up, left leg back. Exhale, lower. Inhale, left arm up, right leg back. Exhale, lower. Keep going. Remember, kick the leg back through the wall. Hyperextension in the hip happens quick, and it will feel like your belly button goes to the floor. That's not what we want. We want belly button to spine. Y'all know, I tell you all the time, the shit I ask you to do, not easy. This is challenging. We've been standing for a million years. It's still really hard to extend the hip. One more, balance the sides out. So if you started with the right arm and left leg, finish with left arm and right leg. From low mountain, take another breath. When you're ready, step back to plank. So in our plank, our shoulders stack up on top of our wrist crease, and we reach out of our heels. So we're in what's called dorsiflexion. If your feet are straight up and down right now, you're too long. We want to be toes to shin. When we do chaturanga, that's when we'll go here. We'll never go plantar flexion, always dorsa or just neutral. Now lift the hips, push back, downward dog. So here's a good way for us to measure out that downward dog, right? We know that those are going to link together. So we measure from the plank, and now when we work our vinyasa, we'll have everything set up. Now, just like we did before in puppy dog, bend the knees. We'll soften the low body here. We'll work the upper body, which is a little more challenging. Claw the floor, hug the hands in. Keep the forearms and the inner biceps lifting up away from the mat. Slide the back of the neck forward, like where the ceiling and the wall meet the front of the room, like you're looking at the heels of your hands. Yeah, that's the back of the neck igniting. That's the thoracic spine connecting. Now go to shudders, belly, pelvic floor. Now as you push the hands down and forward, take the chest back towards your toenails. There's the big peel. And then if you want to play with the legs, play with the legs. Engage the hammies, and then stretch from the hip down the back of the legs and out the bottom of the heels. Next inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, back to downward dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Stay with your breath. Exhale, back to downward dog. So in downward dog, the hips are in flexion. As we come forward to plank, they're in extension. So we work back and forth from flexion to extension. Take the muscles through their full range of motion, and that's how we get a good release. We'll go slow. Remember the 2 or 3 second thing? If it's 2 seconds to inhale, it should take 2 full seconds to come into plank. If it's 2 seconds to exhale, it should take 2 full seconds to push back to downward dog. That's just the tempo of your breath, right? So the tempo of your postures as they link. Next inhale, come forward into plank. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, baby cobra. Take the 3 nice breaths. So charge those legs up. When you pull your hands back to you, it pulls your spine forward, like out of your waist. And then go shoulders back and down. After the 3 breaths, lower the chest, push up through plank, back to downward dog. Now, if you want to bend the knees in downward dog, bend them. If you want to straighten the legs, straighten them. Straightening the legs is the last part of this pose. It's the last part of the extension. Everything else we talked about goes first. So you don't ever have to you ever have to straighten your legs, right? Bending them is where we want to be. What we want is the arms overhead and the sit bones reaching back to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Inhale, come forward plank. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, baby cobra. Take the 3 nice breaths. Keep sweeping the inner heels out. They're going to try to go this way. You've got to sweep out a little bit. After the 3 breaths, back to chaturanga or lower your chest. Push up through plank. Back to downward dog. Nice, y'all. Keep that pace. I say all the time to y'all, I think one of the hardest things that we do is to truly move with our breath. We want to go fast. Right? We want to hustle right through. Slow it down. This is a deep part of the practice, moving with your breath. So think about this. For 2 or 3 seconds, inhale, reach your right leg straight back. For 2 or 3 seconds, step the leg through, lunge. Right? 2 or 3 seconds is a long-ass time in this instance. Maybe not always in life, right? But think of how much shit we're going to be able to adjust in 2 or 3 seconds. A lot, right? Now, front knee's going to stack up on top of the ankle. And we're trying to get our knee to track our second toe, the one next to our big toe. So if your knee's collapsing in, you're going to widen it out. If it's going on the side, you're going to hug it in. Back heel, we want it to point straight up to the sky. The misalignment is it's going to fall in. So we're going to sweep the inner heel out a little bit. That's going to draw the left hip forward and touch. You're going to feel the power coming up from the legs up into the hips. That's what we're holding at. Pelvic floor, belly, shutters close. Slide the back of that neck, so that the head isn't hanging. One more breath. Exhale, lower the back knee. Inhale the arms in front, plug them in, take them up overhead. Now drag that back knee forward. You already feel that stretch coming up the front of the thigh. Pull your belly button to your spine. It gets even better. Pull your shutters closed. You're going to feel your spine lift. So reach your thumbs up to the sky. Now if you want to stay up straight. If you want to curl back, curl back. When we curl back, though, it's under our shoulder blades. So belly's got to stay, belly button to spine, shutters got to stay closed. And we curl back right in that sweet spot. One more breath. Exhale the hands down. Keep the left hand down. Draw the right elbow back. Take the twist. Keep dragging that knee forward, though. Keep the power in the hip. Let the twist happen in the middle upper back. Twists are obliques and spinal erectors, the muscles that run up your spine. Maybe even look up towards the sky, play with the balance a little bit. Awesome. Inhale, come back to center. Lift the back knee, step back, downward dog. Move through your vinyasa one time. Stay with your breath. Here we go again. Reach the left leg straight back. Step it through. Stay with the breath. 2 or 3 seconds. Hug that knee to the chest. We stretch hip flexors a lot in yoga. That's the way to strengthen. Holding that knee to your chest. Short muscles are generally weak muscles. Right? So we want to feel that we can engage and lengthen, right? Full range of motion. Now, nice and high in your fingertips of your blocks. Now, play with the legs. It's asymmetrical, right? It's different from side to side. The right thigh, the top of the thigh lifts up, but the left thigh softens down. Now reach back out of your heel. Forward out of your front knee, forward out of the crown of the head. Even feel the expansion in the ribs side to side. Right? So all directions. One more breath. The exhale lowers the back knee, 2 or 3 seconds. The inhale comes up, 2 or 3 seconds as the arms come up overhead. We re-engage, dragging the knee, pulling the belly button in. We curl back a little bit, but everything's nice and slow. When we go back to the inhale, we do it all again. We push down, we hug in. We exhale, we curl back, and we go back to it again. Yep. Awesome, y'all. Beautiful poses. One more breath. Exhale, the hands down. The right hand stays down. Turn the bicep forward so the shoulder roots back. Draw the left elbow back. Maybe reach it up. Spread the fingers. Maybe look up that arm, right? Start to play with the balance a little bit here. Stay strong in the legs. Belly's in, shutters are closed. One more breath. Inhale, come back to center. Place the hands, lift the back knee, downward dog. Awesome, y'all. Move through one vinyasa. Full breath in, complete breath out. Look forward, bend your knees, step or jump between your hands, swing your arms up, big reach. Charge those legs up. Belly goes to spine. Sit bones go down towards the backs of the knees. Reach up through your thumbs like you're squeezing a beach ball between your forearms. Arms are engaged. Now maybe curl back that little bit. But don't let the hips come forward. This wants to happen. You got to keep sacrum back. And we curl back under the shoulder blades. One more breath. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands to your thighs. Take the heels of the hands here at the crease of your thigh and sit back. Quads come up and attach here at the hip bones. So what we're trying to do is persuade a little bit of space. So we just kind of push down into the tops of our quads like we're pushing them down to our knees. Yep. Belly's in. Shutters are closed, head and throat back. Push down, rise up. Right hand grabs left wrist. If you want to play with the balance, you're going to plug the right leg up. If you want to keep the foot down, keep it down. We're going to side bend towards the bricks. We're going to split from the hip into the heel, and then from the hip up through the ribs, up the arm, the fingertips. Inhale, come up. Swap the hands. You want to play with balance, plug the left leg up. The hip settles to the bricks just a little bit as we side bend towards the wall with the window and the door. If you're in balance, keep adducting like you're squeezing your thighs together. Take the head and the throat back. Take the arms back a little bit. Yep. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release. Fold. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, place the hands, step the right leg back, lunge. Inhale, come up, Virabhadrasana, one crescent. So power in those legs, right? We're moving further away. We're challenging ourselves more. The further we come up, the more challenging it is. Keep the power as you push down and hug in. Rip that front heel back and those back toes forward. Go back to pelvic floor, the belly, the shutters. Go back to hugging the arms in. Maybe even curl back into the pose. One more breath. Exhale the hands down. Now step forward. So push from your right foot to your left heel. That's how we make the hip extend. Yep. Keep the knees bent. Reach the left leg back. So we're engaging the muscles that are deficient. When you're ready, inhale, come up. Virabhadrasana, one crescent. The power in the legs to find the freedom, right? As you curl back in the pose, as you soften your face, as you settle into the breath. Come into that lead knee. Yup, there it is. One more breath. And then exhale the hands down, step forward. Swing the arms up, big reach. Sit back in a Utkatasana, chair pose. So butt has to go back first. If your knees bend first, you're going to fire your quads and your heels are going to be light. It's got to be the other way. Butt goes back, heels are heavy. Toes can move, but not heels. Charge your legs. Core, lift your arms, sit back deeper. Legs, core, arms, sit back deeper. One more time. Legs, core, Arms, sit back deeper. Push down, rise up. Awesome. Exhale, fold. What? What happened? Nah, that wasn't a lot. Inhale, look forward. Y'all were smiling. Exhale, fold. I saw smiles. Look, I'll tell you the same thing I tell you all the time. It's your fault I had to make it hard. You all got too strong, right? The stronger you get, the more we got to push the edge. So that's like a congratulations, right? Hey, you all do good work in here. I tell you all the time, right? The shit does not just come. You don't fix yourself and get stronger just because you want to, right? You got to do the work. And when you do the work, you get the reward. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. The reward being, the strength, the mobility, the pliability. Bend the knees, place the hands, step or jump back, downward dog, move through your vinyasa 3 times. And I tell you all the time, you're strong, right? You all do the work. And that's what happens. And we got to try to keep pushing this edge a little bit. Stay with your breath. Keep it smooth here. The challenge now is when we go through the vinyasa to link the poses. Can we still hold the alignment as we're going to link postures together? Where do things usually go wrong at? In the transitions. Right? That's why we use that as a challenge in our practice. Can we hold on to all this stuff that we've already worked on? Keep pushing the hands down and forward. Keep taking the chest back towards the toenails. When the weight goes to the legs, it's going to get a little easier. Don't let your head hang. That's going to make it harder. That's going to make the upper back round. These look awesome. Keep breathing here. Reach your right leg straight back. Step it through. Lunge. Spin the back heel. Come up, bend arm to bent knee. Utthita Parsvakonasana. Extended side angle. So balance beam pose, right, means our front heel's in line with our back arch. Your front knee might be collapsing in because these are the muscles that we're stretching. We want to work from this back thigh, all right? So we work the foot, slightly turn forward. Think like 12, 3, 6, and 9 o'clock. You're just past 9 o'clock on that back foot. The thigh roots back, the hip goes back. Plug the arm in. If it's not there, sweep the bicep up along the cheek. So if you look up, you're looking right up into your bicep. Yep. Now, open the right side body. Side crescent wants to dominate. We got to open up that side body. Now we can take the right sit bone down to the right heel. Or you can sweep your heel towards me over here, and the knee widens towards the bricks. Maybe right hand down to the block of the floor. Push to that front heel. Inhale, come up tall, warrior 2. Take the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers, bow to the inside of that right thigh, humble warrior. Look to the front left corner of your mat. That's the spine long. Think, do we need to reinforce our chin hanging to the floor anymore? No. It's going to happen as soon as you leave class and look at your phone, right? Everybody's going to do the same shit, and we go right into those misalignments. Let's try to get away from that now by activating these muscles. One more breath. Nice, y'all. Exhale the hands down, spin the back heel up, downward dog, move through one vinyasa. Awesome. Stay with your breath. Now, did the vinyasa maybe pick up a little bit here? Yeah, because your heart rate probably came up a little bit, so your breath comes up a little. And then the tempo has to change. It's not like a song where you're trying to keep the same tempo the whole song, right? Our song changes here. The harder it gets, the more the heart rate goes up, the more the breath goes up. We move just a little bit quicker. We're never going to be jogging or running, though, right? So it'll never be that fast. Reach the left leg straight back. Step it through. Lunge. Spin the back heel. Bring that bent elbow to the knee. Side 2. So now your foot is right before 3 o'clock on that back foot. It all starts with that back foot. If the toes are turned out, the thigh is going forward. And we need the thigh back. We keep pushing down. We start ripping those feet together. The arm's not there. Plug it in. Sweep that bicep up along the cheek. If you're going to take the hand down to the block of the floor, go for it. Now, the next little part of the extension is trying to rotate open. Working those obliques, working those spinal rectors. So pull your pelvic floor in. Pull your belly button in. Pull your shutters closed. Now, take the top of the ribs back. Bring the bottom of the ribs forward as that left sit bone lengthens down towards the heel. Yep. One more breath. Push into your front heel for 2 or 3 seconds. Inhale, come up tall. Feel the side bodies lengthen so you're getting tall from off those hips. When the hands go behind the back, if the left pinky was under, right gets a turn. Bow to the inside of that left thigh. Look to the front right corner of the mat. As you pull the hands apart, maybe you're reaching them up overhead. You're intensifying that stretch. We're feeling the peel off the sternum. That's like your breastplate, the middle of your chest, through the front pecs, through the shoulders there. One more breath. Awesome. Exhale the hands down. Spin the back heel up. Downward dog. Awesome. Move your one vinyasa. Stay with your breath. When you get back to downward dog, exhale, lower your knees, sit back on your heels, take a little break. Nice, y'all. In what pose? In neutral feet? And I'm just confused. You mean like standing like Tadasana, mountain pose? Like walking neutral feet or like in a warrior pose? So what I think I hear you saying, in warrior pose, this is something that really changed my practice once I figured this out. And I stayed up all night over this shit one night. Someone was saying, oh, you're dumping into the front hip. And like I could not figure out what they were saying. And then it happened at like 4 o'clock in the morning. I was like, it's this. You got to push down and forward. That's how the hip builds back up. You can move if you don't need to move. Right? So see, like, if I'm here, this pose, where's all the weight? In this front leg. Right? Here's all the weight dumping over the front leg. So it's easy for me to collapse this way. I actually have to push down and forward. See what happens when I do that? This would be the, now look where the power goes back into my hip. Now I'm light here. Right? So yes, first you rip your foot in this way to integrate the head of the femur into the socket. That's what that action's for. This action is where I'm going to then hold this back up. Does that make sense? And look how light I am in the ball of my foot. I'm always heavy in my heel.
Yeah, I feel like it's more in my arch.
It's easy to do this because we're collapsed into this leg. See, I should be able to be here. See, this is when they were talking about me in my practice. It was because this was collapsing here like this. Well, how the hell do you build this back up? Yeah, how do you build this back up? Not going that way. The only way to build it back up is this way. Boop. See, now the integrity comes back to the hip. Here, it just dumps along with all the weight. Does that make sense?
And you feel like you feel the edge of your back foot better when you do that as well?
Well, I don't keep my foot flat.
Okay.
So if y'all ever see me practice, I always ride my back foot like this.
Okay.
That's to just help keep the knee from hyperextending. It takes the stress off the IT band. So if I do this, yeah, I would feel that. I could feel like go back to like the pinky toe is light, and then when I do this action, it starts to get heavier. I feel that.
Okay.
Yeah. Does that make sense, everybody? What we're talking about? Yeah. So what I think the simplest way to kind of get that is you need to feel when the energy is just dumping and not being controlled, right? And when it's being controlled. And control is the power, is the pushing down, right? But it's easy to like slip on that because my cue is always rip your feet together. But then there's always like think of back bends. I say that to y'all on back bends, and then what do I say? Well, now push your feet down and forward to intent. So now you go the other way, right? And that has to happen sometimes in the practice. You've got to work both sides, really always. You got to work both sides. Naturally, you want to go heel, pinky toe mound, big toe mound. That's how your foot places. Now, just heel, pinky toe, big toe. That's how your foot, look at my foot, come back alive, right? Heel, pinky toe, big toe mound. Those are the 3 points. I was taught big toe mound, inner edge, pinky toe, outer edge. That's not how human movement teaches it. So I don't do that anymore. I teach the human movement. That's how I teach you all, almost everything is human movement. Just so think about real quick so we can get moving again. If I push my big toe mound down, does that collapse my arch or build it back up? Collapses it. Look at it. It's down, right? Now if I push my inner heel down, does that collapse my arch or build it? Collapses. Now I'm going to try to build it back up after I just reinforce all that power. Now your heel is the first point. That's why your calcaneus is the size of the bone that it is, and all the other ones are the size that they are, because it's meant to dissipate weight. So you go here, right? You widen that foot and look at the arch. You can see it, right? I'm not just making this shit up. You could literally see that. Come on, let's feel it. Come up, standing. Sorry, this shit's deep. This shit's deep. Yep. I tell you all the time, your practices are beautiful, right? These are the little parts that you sharpen up that then takes the practice to the next level, right? It's that little piece of power that, like, there's the next spot that I need. So let's try it. Just for the sake of discussion, push your big toe mounds down and watch what happens to your arches. They collapse. Right? Now you're going to build that shit back up. That's not going to be very easy. Now let's start at our heel. So a neutral foot, push your heels down. Now stretch your foot forward so the outer edge of the foot rides the floor. That's why the outer edge touches and the arch doesn't, because it's meant to be on the floor. Now widen your foot to the big toe mound and look at your feet. That looks like some shit that's going to hold us up, right? Now pull that power up your legs. Yeah. Now pull your belly. What are you feeling? Doing their own thing? Yeah. Inhale the arms up. Feel the power from the feet up the legs. Those arches are still lifting. That's what we want. That's a lot of work, y'all. Maybe curl back a little bit. Inhale, come up. Exhale, fold. Watch, we'll get right back into this. Inhale, look forward. Walk the hands down front. Reach the right leg straight back. Standing split. Now, here's the trick. Yeah, legs up, standing split. Now, where's the weight want to go? In the front. Where do you think it needs to be? In the heel. So take your right heel to the wall behind you until your left heel gets super heavy and you can move your left toes. That's the balance of the weight in the foot. That's a lot of work, right? Exhale, lower. Take a breath. Reach the left leg back. Because if the heel's not rooted, remember we said the glute's not on, specifically glute median piriformis. Those are pelvic stabilizers. You're on one leg right now, right? Don't you think your pelvis needs to be stable? That's what we want to engage. So reach your left heel back so your right heel gets heavy, and you can move your toes on your right foot. Yes. Lower that left leg down. Walk the hands back in. Sit back as the knees bend. Awesome. You also swing the arms up. Curl back that little bit. What happens if your hips come forward? Your heels get light. That's why we got to keep the hips back. And then fold, forward, fold. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, place the hands, separate, jump back, downward dog. Move through your vinyasa 3 times. So flow through a little bit again. In like just about every pose, except maybe an arm balance when your feet are maybe floating, right? The feet are going to be the foundation for all those postures. Even in a plank, right? Your feet are still rooting down. They're one of the main elements into that posture. We'll meet back in downward dog. From downward dog, reach the right leg straight back, step it through, lunge. Exhale, lower the back knee. We're going to go lizard into twisted monkey. So you're going to take your right foot out to the edge of your mat. You can even turn the toes open that little bit. Now, my little trick I show y'all, this is not symmetrical. Your right hip is going to be a little bit higher than your left. But the tendency is this happens, and the hip just collapses to the floor, right? What has to happen is we want to pull the back knee forward. So the thigh is rooting back, not forward. Right? Keep that. Keep ripping those feet together so we got lots of power. Now, you want to lower your elbows down to the floor, but my little trick is lower your right elbow first. It'll help hold this left hip up. Then let the left elbow come to me. I would have the blocks if I was practicing with y'all right now. I'd have to boost up a little bit. If you got to boost up, boost up. If you feel like the elbows go to the floor, awesome. If you can take your left elbow to the floor at the same time as your right and you don't lose the hip, awesome. If that little trick helps you, same awesome, right? Now, to fire up even deeper into the hip flexor, lift the back knee and reach back out of the heel. And there's the front of the thigh just peeling open. But don't let that thigh fall, the top of the thigh fall to the floor. Yes. One more breath. Now, exhale, lower the back knee if it's up. Inhale, come up. You want to bend your left knee, reach back with your right hand. Grab your ankle, your foot, or your strap. You're going to walk your left hand forward so that your thumb is across from your big toe. That gets the side body long. Walk your left hand out to the edge of your mat so you can lean into it. Now, spin that left shoulder back. It's doing this. Go this way. Yes. See, now does it feel better when you lean into it? Then when you turn the bicep forward, then the collarbone goes away. If you can kind of see, most of you I think can see me kind of from here. If my bicep goes in, see my collarbone sticking out? If I go this way, see it go flat, that's where I want to be. Now I can lean into that. Now draw the heel to the sit bone again. And there's taking the stretch even deeper. One more breath. Watch the bowing as you release. Inhale, come back to center. Place the hand. Wiggle the foot back in. Lift that back knee, downward dog. Nice, y'all. Pedal, swivel, wiggle a little bit. Come to neutral. Reach the left leg straight back. Step it through. Lunge. And then exhale, lower the back knee. The left foot's going to go out towards the edge of the mat. The toes turn open. Help make it a little more accessible when we turn the toes open. See, the way to keep this front thigh from collapsing is I'm going to pull the knee forward. And it's like I'm going to reach my sit bone back to the wall behind me. Instead of this. This is a feeling. It's just a wrong feeling. It's the head of your femur. It's the head of your femur coming forward. Instead of it being rooted back, it's coming forward. It's pushing into those quads. When you're ready, bring the left elbow down first, if that helps. Both elbows are going to meet either the block or the floor. Now, the upper back wants to round a little bit here. So you're going to keep looking forward and trying to keep some integrity through the spine. Because we never just let that energy dominate, right? That's one of our misalignments. If you want to lift the back knee, lift it up. If you feel like it's more comfortable with the knee down, keep it down. If it's up, reach back out of the heel. Yep. As you pull your left heel back to you, reach forward out of the knee. That's how we get organic expansion in that left hip crease, even though it's in super flexion. One more breath. Exhale, lower the back knee. Inhale, come up, bend the right knee, reach back with the left hand. Grab the ankle, the foot of the strap. Walk your right hand forward so it's across from your big toe, the thumb, and out to the edge of the mat. Then turn the bicep forward and feel the shoulder root back. It should feel strong when you lean back. See, this is weak. This is disintegrated. This is integrated. This is all the friends in the game. That's what we want. Now we can reach forward like out of the crown of our head where the ceiling and the wall meet. Your spine's going to get tall. And now start to twist open. Yeah. Awesome. Maybe even start to look up. Watch the bowing as you release. Place the hands. Wiggle the foot back in. Lift the back knee. Downward dog. Pedal, swivel, wiggle. Nice, y'all. Come to neutral. Roll to the outside of the right foot. Stack the left foot on top or in front. Come in a side plank. Just like we talked about, turn the bicep forward to root into the upper back. Push out of the big toe mounts. If you want to go Kapha-Jalasana, you're going to hug your left knee to your chest. You're going to grab your ankle, your foot, or your foot. You're going to hug your knees back in. Now you're going to curl back, kind of like you were going back to Wild Thing. Just don't fall back. Now draw that heel. As you draw the heel towards the sit bone, kick the leg back. Release the leg if it's there. Inhale, come back to plank. Push back, downward dog. Take a breath. Roll to the outside of the left foot. Stack the right foot on top or in front. Turn that bicep forward. Charge those legs up. Keep those hips lifting up away from the mat. Kapha-Jalasana's right knee to the chest. You grab the ankle with the foot. You re-adduct. You curl back almost like you were going in a Wild Thing. You just don't drop. Yes. One more breath. Release the leg if it's there. Inhale, come back to plank. Push back, downward dog. Look forward, bend your knees, step or jump between your hands, swing your arms up, take a nice big reach. And exhale, hands in front. All right, root down from that left heel, work the foot. Inhale the right leg up, open the hip, bring the ankle above the knee. Sit back, standing pigeon. Activate your feet like you're pushing on a gas pedal. That'll shoot the energy up to protect the knee. Now, as we sit back, see, this is going to want to happen, this. So you're going to take your left sit bone and you're going to reach it back to the wall behind you. And that's going to start squaring up the hip, the knee, and the ankle a little bit easier. Maybe sit back a little bit deeper. But keep your butts going back. We don't want the heel to get light, right? The heel's got to stay heavy here. So keep the action of butt going back. Feel free to take your hands down. We didn't do a lot of back of the hip, but if Ekapada Galavasana is your shit, go for it. One more breath. Big opener in the back of the hip, down the back of the leg. Inhale, come up. Release the leg in front. Take the sacrum back so that the heel gets heavy, right? Hips back. Take the arms up. Maybe look up. Maybe close your eyes. Open your eyes. That was long, right? Exhale, release. So, I was telling you all a little bit on some of the longevity stuff that I'm working on. And Jesse says to me, I've seen this doctor, and he said you should be able to stand on one leg for 10 seconds. And I said, we did 10 seconds with our eyes closed in class. And I was like, yeah. Right? Like, they're asking for 10 seconds, like looking. We're pushing a 10-second barrier, eyes closed for some of us, right? Like, that's the work. That's what I tell you all the time, right? You're doing it. Come on, swap. The shit you do today is what you're setting yourself up for in 20 years from now, right? That's what we have to think about. Come on, swap. Right? This one over here. All fire, right? All the time. It's not because it's just privileged enough to have that energy. No, the work, right? You got to do the work here. So keep sitting back and feel your heel get heavy. That's some shit you're going to take home with you today. We're going to reach the right sit bone back more, and the left knee is going to reach forward a touch. We're going to keep all the power, even push your hands together, and you're going to feel that your upper body's got integrity to it now. This is something we can balance on one leg. Feel free, wherever you're going to go, hands down to the block or the floor. Stay here. We got a couple more breaths. We're all here, opening up this. Now push down, rise up. Release the leg in front. So we're working the hip flexor again, a little strength here. We're taking the sacrum back because this wants to happen, and then the heel's going to get light. We can't have that. So sacrum back, heel heavy. Maybe the arms go up. Stay here, maybe you look up. Stay here, maybe you close your eyes. Keep hugging in. Stay calm. Open the eyes. Exhale, release. Awesome, y'all. All right, grab your mats, find a spot on the wall. We'll go upside down. You know, the shit here is hard, but at least it's fun, right? We have a good time together doing it. That's what makes yoga special. We'll have plenty of room, but those of you that want to stay in the middle of the room, you're always welcome to. I can move these blankets. We'll get another mat or two up here. That's glutes right there. That's some glute work. Thank you. If you're at home, you don't have the wall to kick up on, you can always lay on your back, and bend your knees, interlace your hands behind your thigh as you reach the heel of the sky. You take a bunch of breaths, and then you can swap into side two. If you are at home or in the studio, it's not your day to invert. You're always welcome to go legs up the wall or do a pose that feels good to you. Okay? Trina's going to be walking around right now, so if you have any questions right away, grab her. Once I get everybody up, I'll come around. If you need me, grab me. Okay? So I'm going to do downward dog and L pose, invert it. Those of you that want to work handstand, headstand, tripod, pinch, anything you want to mess with on your own, go for it. All right? So if you're going to stick with me, all fours, hands and knees, low mountain, right, where we started earlier today. If you're going to go on your own, whenever you're ready. Remember, it's not your day to invert, whatever feels good to you. So from the all fours, bless you, take a couple breaths. Lift the knees and the hips, come to a short downward dog. Step one foot up the wall, and then the second foot up the wall. If the knees are bent, you're in downward dog inverted. If the legs are straight, you're in L pose. We made the split shape today. If in L pose you want to take the one leg up, go for it. Everybody, keep your chests working towards the wall that your feet are on. Remember, in your inversions, reaching out of your heels is going to fire up the glutes and make the hips lighter to hold up. Reaching out of the balls, like pointing your feet, will make it more challenging. Bless you. Bless you. Natasha, how you feeling? Still hanging on? Yeah?
I just feel a little bit like...
Yeah, that's what I said to you, because it's all that energy just releasing. That's good. I'm glad you're still feeling good. I'm going to see how long it lasts now. Yeah. Yeah, keep playing it. Another minute or so, right? Keep going. If you're inverted out, you can always lay on your back. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I saw it. And that was awesome, right? And was it Keller? Was the picture? He blew it all. He blew it all. It was like hit after hit. Boom, boom, boom. I don't know. It's the energy I carry to the stadium for some reason lately. I get the shittiest days constantly. No cover. Yeah. We'll manage. Totally. All right, let's meet on our backs. And I got Nola again tonight. I had Nola in the beginning of the season. Who knows what that could mean? All right, let's meet on our backs. So I'll talk you through 2 back bends, first bridge and then wheel. You can always do supported bridge, right, where the block goes at the sacrum. You can do 2 bridges or 2 wheels, whatever feels good to you, okay? So let's start on our backs. Knees are bent, feet are on the floor. Arms along the sides, you can feel your heels with your fingertips. And that's how we know we get the knees on top of the ankle, so we're going to get the power. Start with a neutral pelvis. That means the sacrum is flat to the mat, so pull your belly button towards your spine. Now charge the legs up. So you're going to push down into your heels. You're going to sweep the inner heels out. It's going to shoot up into the glutes. You're going to hug the shins in. It's going to be the insides of the thighs. You're going to pull your heels to your butt. It's going to be your hamstrings. You're going to reconnect to the belly. You're going to reclose those shutters. And when you're ready for 2 or 3 seconds, slowly lift the hips. If you want to wiggle the shoulders under, maybe even interlace the hands behind your back, we made that shape today, go for that. It feels good to keep the arms along the sides, whatever feels good. Now, remember we said pull our heels to our butt, right? We first did that to integrate and to find the engagement, but now we're going to expand. So as we push the feet down and forward, you're going to feel the back bend start to work deeper underneath the shoulder blades. You feel that happen when you do that? So first it was the connection, and then it's the expansion part. Yeah.
Thank you for the foot thing.
You're welcome.
My PT dude said, like, this feels so fucking for like 6 months. Do you know what I mean? Until like, yeah.
Stay engaged as you lower down. Feet wide, knees touch. One hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. When you walk, right, the front of your heel, especially the outside of it, hits the floor. Your foot stretches forward, the pinky toe mound hits, the big toe mound of the ball of the foot hits, and the foot springs. And then the front of the heel hits, the foot spreads, and you spring. That's how you walk, right? That's how the action is created. It's not this, right? On the balls of my feet, there's no power there. That's why, high heels are tough. They might look great. There's a lot of shit that looks great, but doesn't function very well, right? All right, open the knees, reset the feet. You know. All right, this time I'll first bring you to bridge and then wheel. So charge a leg, take a breath. Foundation. Start to engage. When you're ready, slowly lift the hips. You're going to stay bridge? Awesome. You're going to interlace your hands behind your back, swap the fingers, left pinky, right pinky. You're going to go wheel, place your hands wide to the edges of your mat. Keep sweeping those inner heels out. When you're ready, push down and come up. Keep sweeping your heels out. Keep sweeping your heels out. No, other way. Feet, yeah, but yes, heels away from each other. Awesome, y'all. When you're ready, lower down. Take the feet wide, let the knees touch. If your left hand was on your heart, opposite hand on your heart, other hand on your belly. Nice, y'all. And then open the knees, windshield wiper side to side. Next time the knees fall to the right, let them settle. We'll do that lateral quad stretch. So you want to pull, that's the outside quad. Pull your left heel to your left sit bone. If you want to take the ankle over the knee, you can, the right ankle to the top of that left knee. But the action is not trying to push your knee down to the floor. It's trying to persuade your knee forward in front of you. So keep your bellies in so those side joints stay nice and safe. That's what you'll feel it back here, these little 2 hinges. We don't want that. We want to keep that neutral with our belly button in. And then release the ankle. If it's there, inhale, come back to center, let the knees settle towards the left. Right heel to right sit bone. And then if you want to take that left ankle over the knee, you certainly can. If you want to stay more neutral, whatever feels good. Release the ankle if it's there. Inhale, come back to center. Hug those knees into your chest. Give yourself a little hug. Make a couple small little circles there if that feels good. Take the legs out straight. Reach the arms up overhead. Take a big stretch. All right, feel the other side. Hug your right knee to your chest. Roll towards your left hip. Keep your right shoulder down for the twist. Yep. You need to soften this twist. You bend the bottom knee. I always like the bottom leg straight. It simulates like a run, but whatever feels better for you. Inhale, come back to center. Hug your left knee and take your right leg out straight. Roll towards that right hip. Left shoulder stays rooted. Keep feeling that inhale, peel up out of the waist so you get tall. And that exhale, twisting into that shoulder a little more, or letting the knees twist towards the floor a little deeper. Inhale, come back to center. Take those legs out straight. Reach the arms up overhead. Take that nice stretch. Hug your knees to your chest. Rock yourself up. Seated position. Start with your legs wide. Then bend your right knee. Bring your foot either to the inside of your thigh like this. This will be more accessible. To the pubic bone will be more challenging because it's wider. Right? I do the inside of my thigh. Reach down to this left side. You pull the sit bone back out and you turn the thigh in so your kneecap and your toes are pointing straight up to the sky. Inhale the arms up. You're going to twist towards that left leg and you're going to fold down the inside of the leg. You're going to keep the arms plugged in the shoulder sockets. So my thing is I always try to keep my elbows bent. I know if my elbows are bent, I'm not disengaging. I'm still plugged in. Keep looking out in front of you, like your foot. Yep. And feel there's a little bit of fold. Little by little. But see, I don't just let this energy dominate. So I'm not trying to look towards my right foot. I'm looking out in front of my left foot. I'm not going to make it out there, but that's where I'm shooting for. One more breath. Inhale, come up nice and tall. Exhale, hands in front. Swap. See how my toes want to fall out? So I got to square this up. So kneecap and toes point straight up. Inhale the arms up. You're going to twist towards that right leg, whatever your side two is. You're going to fold down the inside of the leg. Go little by little. Don't try to go for everything at one shot because the body will just shut off when it gets towards that edge. Go slow and work yourself towards the edge. And with each breath and with each connection to the foundation and each engagement, your body feels safer to go a little bit further into the pose. A lot of going into like the deeper parts of the pose is your mind, right? Feeling safe enough to let your body move there. One more breath. Inhale, come up tall. Exhale, hands in front. Take the legs out. Then bring them in. Lay flat back. Hug those knees to your chest. Take the knees wide. Come to happy baby. Knees are wider than your shoulders. As you draw your knees towards your ears, you'll feel that nice opener in the inside of the thighs, in the back of the hip. If you want to reach one leg out or both legs out, you certainly can. And when you're ready, inhale the knees to center. Exhale the legs out straight. We'll take Shavasana. Beautiful practice, group. Feel free to add or remove layers or props. I'll talk everyone through laying flat. But you're more than welcome to do any variation that feels good to you. And here's we lay back, we let the legs stretch out. The legs stretch out, the feet gently roll open. We let the arms come along the sides. As that open palm turns to the sky, we feel the shoulders settle back. Let the head rest back. Maybe we let our eyes close. The tongue softens from the roof of the mouth. The body gets heavy. The mind softens back to the breath. Where each exhale clears and removes and makes space. Where each inhale draws in something new, to change. And we let the heart open as it prepares to move the practice into the yoga of life. Where the yoga will be in everything that we do. In the way we move. The actions that we create. The energies that we express. The energies we're willing to receive. The change that we make. Just as it'll bring us back to the mat to practice again. And whether it's a challenge that's in the yoga of life or here on the mat, we go about all of them the same way. We take a breath, we set a foundation, we engage, and we express. Begin here to draw in a deeper breath. Feel the breath wash over the body, your toes, your fingers, crown of your head, through your heart, as you reawaken that better version of yourself. The fingers and the toes wiggle, maybe the arms and the legs begin to stretch. Or we reach, or we move in a way that feels good. Taking our time, moving slowly, consciously. When you're ready, you can hug your knees to your chest and just roll to the right side. Take a breath or two here. When you're ready, you can push yourself up to a seated position. We'll meet together with our eyes closed, with our hands in front of our hearts. And one more time, to seal in our practice, our time together, the sound of Om. All together, deep breath in. Beautiful. As we softly bow our head to our heart, our head to each other's hearts. For all of that hard work and that determination and that challenge, the love and the support you always give each other, it's to you that I bow. Namaste. Thanks, crew. Good to see everyone. You know, if you have any questions or anything feels weird, grab us before you go. If not, maybe I'll see you all next week or I'll see you soon. Thanks, crew.
You like toes?
You're welcome.
No, like this. They're cold. Did they go cold to you?
It's cold in here.